So here we see from 2000 to 2005, we see there is a decline of 1%. Do we see that? Decline of 1%. So not much change. And again, if we talk about 2009, we again see a decline of 1%, right? Now let's move on to the next school type, grammar schools. What do we observe? Again, a decline by how much? 5%, right? And this is by how much?
You can say double.
7%.
22. नहीं 24 का डबल है.
22 का हाफ हो गया.
हाँ, oh, half.
22 का हाफ हो गया. वेरी गुड ऑब्जर्वेशन. तो ये भी बोलेंगे और ये भी बोलेंगे, ठीक है. सो इट kept on declining, it kept on falling, and it ultimately became half of what it was in 2000, ठीक है. Now look at this, is a very major change that has occurred. This was 52%. So what can you call 52% in 2000?
Under more than 50.
More than 50 या फिर more than half, right? So it was dominating, right? Most of the students attended voluntary controlled schools in the year 2000. Can we say that? Now this, it declined by a substantial amount, by quite a big number, and it further kept declining dramatically, right? So it eventually came down to 20%, just 1/5 of what it was in 2000. Can we say that? Now coming to community schools, which were least popular in the year 2000, just the same popularity as that of specialist schools. But specialist schools, we can imagine they are for special children, so we can't be comparing them with mainstream schools like community schools, right? So they were least popular in 2000 and at 12%. But over the period of time, over the period of 5 years, they had an increase of more than double, right? They doubled and that too more than doubled. They became 32%. Can you tell me about, from they increased by 20%. So very big jump this is, right? And in the next year as well, they again increased by a very huge amount. And by the end of 2009, the situation for voluntary controlled school and community schools was actually a opposite trend with each other. So this was kind of a vice versa situation for both of them, right? This was the majority of the pupils attended voluntary controlled schools, but by 2009, this became 1/5 and this became the majority, right? So we can say that community schools gained popularity over the 9-year period, and voluntary controlled schools lost their popularity, or students started opting for community schools as compared to voluntary controlled school, or their interest in voluntary controlled schools kept reducing over the 9-year period, right? Of course, there were little drops, there were some little you know, declines in grammar schools and specialist school, but the massive change occurred in community schools and voluntary controls. ठीक. Now with this, you will have to now write your overview. ठीक है? Is it clear?